This is Wednesday morning, September the 23rd, and looking across our overall heat maps here. This is, of course, weekly and daily and 4-hour trend over here on this panel. This middle panel is 3-day and overbought, oversold type indicators shown by the orange and the blue check marks. And then our intraday trends showing 4-hour, 1-hour, and 15-minute charts. One of the things that I look at when I first look at the heat maps each morning is I look at what's currently happening right now. And one of the things I notice is that the British pound overall is pretty bearish this morning, and the New Zealand dollar is pretty bullish. So one of the things we might do, for example, is look at that pair that joins those two. So we'd be looking at the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar. So let's go over to a daily chart of that pair, and starting right to left this time, we see that the Copic curve on the 4-hour Copic curve is moving down, showing that the rate of change has moved down. If we look at where that crossed over, it's right up in this area here, and this has been a pretty volatile pair, so you can see that's a couple hundred pips just looking at that one. Of course, pairs have various amounts of volatility, and this one has a good bit. And it may kind of fool you a little bit when you look at the left panel at the daily candles, because it looks like there's not much going on, but there's a lot of pip movement within those individual daily candles, as you can see there on that couple hundred pip move. So we have come up in this area of 38% fib line, as you can see. That has been in the line of repeated resistance up in this area, and we're pushing down now. One of the things to watch for is that this is a flat line of the Kumo here on the daily Kumo, and a lot of times what we'll see is that price will move through that line. Actually, that's an area of weakness in the chart. So we'll see what happens. It doesn't look like a huge move relative to where it has been in this big 1600 spike pip move that we had back in here on the 24th. But currently this morning, this is a very bearish move, and as I mentioned, there's a lot of volatility related to that pair. Another one that I would look at would be the British pound versus the Canadian dollar. We came up into this 50% retracement here, and as you can see, we hit our head several times on that line, and we've come back down, and we have an open bearish divergence showing on the 4-hour Copic curve over here on the right panel, and that is part of this daily Copic curve cross down as well. So we're coming up near resisted the 50% fib line, and now we're coming down through the area of the Kumo, and same story, we could end up back beneath that Kumo. 4-hour, 16-hour Kumo's kind of mixed here. So those are two pairs that I would mention to you. We can also look at the British pound versus the Japanese yen, which has a more bearish type of sign because it is already beneath the daily Kumo. As you can see, it also came up to the 50% fib line, did not debate that line very long until it pushed back down, and we're at an area of possible support here at the 23 with the S1 line just beneath that. So those are several pairs for you to look at this morning and possibly trade as the market opens up in the US session. Hope you have a good day of trading.